of an objective. Raise your hand if you have experienced something in your keto journey that has blocked your progress, or you've experienced something that was preventing you from accomplishing a certain objective. Okay, so
now, if you didn't raise your hand for that, I bet you've experienced a roadblock in some aspect of your life, right? We live in South Florida. We hit roadblocks every time I try to go to Miami. So there's always going to be things that are going to stop you, but hey, here's the thing: when you have a roadblock, there's a way around the roadblock, right? So I think I skipped one. No, I didn't. No. So nobody really wants to experience delays.
No.
But the bottom line is delays are inevitable. Like I just said, we drive in South Florida. I'm a high school lacrosse official. We just finished up the season, and I kept getting shipped down to Miami because we don't have a lot of officials down there. Recently, I was doing a game, and it was supposed to be a 50-minute drive from our house there. I left 2 hours early, and I showed up 15 minutes late. Why? There were lots of roadblocks and traffic and everything else, and we had to find different ways around it. But I did get there. But I also prepared for the delays because I knew I was going to hit some kind of roadblock. It's always going to happen when you have to be somewhere, right? When you're on your journey, you just expect it, right? Expect the unexpected.
And I think sometimes when we are on a health journey, we think that maybe if I just prepare, like I have all the ingredients I need, I've got all of the books and all the things, then I won't experience. I can somehow skip having some sort of delay. But we need to be prepared. It is going to happen, and it happens to everybody. So don't get upset with yourself because when you come to that time.
And not only do we need to expect and be prepared for delays, we also need to prepare for plateaus.
So when we experience a failure to move forward quickly in our health goals, we usually refer to it as a stall or a plateau. It is like the most, what is it? Stall, it is a 4-letter word, right? No, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a 5-letter word. It is worse than a cuss word. That's how I feel about it. Okay, and we tend to be most impatient with our weight loss goals in the middle of a stall. So when I'm actually in a better attitude starting a diet than I am when I hit a stall. So I may have lost 60 pounds. It's like, don't talk to me about the 60 pounds. I don't care about the 60 pounds. I care about what is on the other side of this plateau.
But plateaus can help. So I got to tell you guys about the house that we're staying at with the folks from KetoCon right now.
You mean
Keto Chat.
One of those.
We're staying at this house, and the directions to this Airbnb were interesting to say the least.
Yes.
And then they're like, okay, you're going to come to a hill and you're going to drive up. It's very wooded, and watch out for deer. And oh, by the way, do not let off the gas as you go up.
It is like this. I really thought our car was going to flip backwards. And it says in the directions, you're going to come up to a flat piece. Don't stop. Keep going. Because you go up, and then it comes like this, and then it goes up even steeper. But you know what? If it wasn't for that flat area, we weren't making it to the top. You guys, you like the other day, right? Like, it was scary, but you needed that plateau to get to the top. Yeah.
Okay? You heard our friend Jonathan Shane the other day talking about sometimes we have to take a break. Okay? You can't go full force. You're going to run out of gas.
Exactly.
Okay? So, when it comes to plateaus, we want to keep them things in mind. They're going to happen to everyone. Okay.
They're going to happen more than once. Recently, everybody's like, oh my gosh, you lost so much weight. No one was saying that for the last 2 years. Why? Because I've been the same weight for 2 years. Right?
We even got comments like it's about time you were kind of...
That Rachel's getting a little chunky, and I was like, well, find that person's mother. Mother, I don't even care about the commenter. I'm calling their mother. So they are not an excuse to quit. After 2 years of stall, I didn't quit. Don't quit. If you like anything, the only reason why I moved in any direction except for backwards is I didn't quit. You gotta keep going.
And most importantly, and I want everybody to hear this,
Yes.
do not punish yourself on stall or a plateau. Punishing yourself is not going to make it go away. What do I mean by punishing yourself? Let's see, I've been in a month stall, so I'm going to do a 200-hour fast.
Right.
You're punishing yourself.
And we talk about this all the time, but I got on a plane and came from Florida to tell you personally, please don't be ugly to my friends. You are my friends. And I don't want you to be ugly to my friends anymore. So if you find yourself in a frustrating situation, do not punish yourself. Just keep going. We're going to get past this, and we're going to get past this together, right? We're going to get past this.
They're not all bad.
No.
I mean, yes, a roadblock can be a barricade, right? I'm running Miami, lots of them. And they can be set by enemies. They're going to stall you, they're going to trap you, and they're going to hold you back. But sometimes a roadblock is a barricade that's there to help protect you. For example, the bridge is out.
Right.
Right?
I want
that roadblock.
Yeah, I don't want you falling rocks ahead. You know, like I want that message that's telling me that there's danger and I need to stop for a second. No, just keep going. Just keep going. If I run hard enough, if I keto hard enough, I'll be able to somehow, greatest American hero this over the top of this chasm. No, then you're gonna die on that. So they're not all bad.
Now, for example, a stall, we can say it's a roadblock, but it can also help us because guess what? This woman got herself into a 500 calorie a day diet. And she lost 100 pounds doing that. And then subsequently gained 70 pounds.
Yeah.
Because instead of paying attention to the roadblock, what was the roadblock? Hey, we're going to stop trying to lose any more weight and start adding weight back on because you're going to die if you continue to eat this. So sometimes that roadblock is our body going, let's amp things back up a little bit, let's take a break, let's speed that metabolism back up. I mean, our good friend right now would thank you for being here instead of down there because I'd probably rather be down there anyway. Robert Sykes is talking, and the man is an expert on reverse dieting. How you've got to slowly amp back up the food. You cut yourself down to 1,500 calories, let's get you back up to 2,500 calories so now your metabolism is going faster. Then all of a sudden you're losing weight at 2,200 calories. Okay, so sometimes that roadblock is going to help you amp things back up. What we need to do though is we need to identify the roadblocks that we have, for example, a stall, and look for a way around it.
Yeah, because you don't want to camp here. Sometimes that's what we do is we just are like, well, I guess this is where we live now. I mean, if you're going home and you see this tree in the road, you're like, well, tell my kids I said bye. Like, we have to find a way around it. This is not where we can live. And we don't just go back the different direction. Like, I guess I live at the office now, right? Like, we don't do that. We can't camp there.
Yeah, so what are some common roadblocks and ways around it? Let's start off with not so keto-friendly products.
Yeah, so maybe
If it fits your macros.
right. So if you've run into some things that aren't friendly for you, maybe you want to take the detour of going to Whole Foods. Like this is not working for some reason. We can always go to things without any kind of wrapper and see if that is something that we can use. If you run into something that is causing you inflammation, not Rachel, not Joe, not your sister's cat, you are having inflammation from it, then maybe you eliminate it for at least 30 days and see if you have any difference. Like Brussels sprouts gives me the gas so bad sometimes that I couldn't come to KetoCon because we wouldn't want to be in this room together. So that's something, so maybe you eliminate that and see, okay, we'll take a step back from that.
Yeah, and when inflammatory foods, we're not talking about things like seed oil because nobody's supposed to be eating that anyway. If you're eating seed oils, stop it. Just stop it.
Yeah.
Nobody should eat seed oils, not even people on a Stare American diet. If you go to your friend's house and they have seed oils in their closet, go secretly throw them out. Now, what we're talking about is I love cheese. I love cream cheese. Do you know I've probably eaten 20 jalapeno poppers since we lived in Texas. Okay? So, more than normal. But you know what cream cheese does for me? It makes me blend.
Yes.
Okay? I know that though because I've eliminated them for a while, and then when I add them back back in, I get funny. Does it mean I'm not gonna eat them? No, but I
Clearly,
know
no.
that they're there. One of the reasons that we love the fact that we got the opportunity to do beef, butter, bacon, and egg with Dr. Barry 2 years ago is it taught us if for 30, 60, or 90 days you eliminate everything except for beef, butter, bacon, and eggs, including sweeteners, which he had a very hard conversation with me about, things can now look at and go, oh, I feel different. Now I can slowly, one at a time, reintroduce things and go, which one is causing me a problem? And our friend Nili has gone through that a lot of times.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you may have an electrolyte imbalance, so balance your electrolytes. See if making, upping your electrolytes, would help. If you have an issue with net carbs, switch to total carbs.
Okay, wait, stop. Okay.
Nobody wants to do this.
Nobody in this room.
I didn't want to do it.
Right.
Oh, well,
This should be. We needed to rewrite this slide. It should have been at the top because nobody's having this issue because everybody's doing total carbs. Because net carbs is a made-up thing by the food companies to sell you products. Please count total carbs. I'd rather you raise your total carbs up and say I'm going to start at 30. Dr. Barry says 100 total carbs all the way down to 5, depending on where you are in your metabolic journey. But raise up your total carbs to 20 or 30 and stop counting net carbs.
But it's hard.
Man,
It's really hard.
that's
And sometimes there's boxes that are very like artisanal looking and they're really cute and they've got nice packaging and they say net carbs, so I want to
And then
count
when you
net
look
carbs.
at total carbs, it's like 58.
Exactly. So
Okay.
another
Snacking.
yes, if you're snacking, try 2 to 3 meals a day. That is like something you can definitely do if you're like I'm having a hard time getting only 2 to 3 meals a day. Make your meals larger. Anything that you would normally eat during, like that snack time, put it on your plate at dinner time and try to get it like, 2 to 3 meals a day.
And if you're like me, who can't eat Rachel-sized portions in a sitting, and you need to, hey, I really need to get some more, energy in me. I need to eat more calories. I need more fat. Fat is the easiest way to increase the amount you eat because it's not going to fill you up in the moment. Every one of us can eat an extra tablespoon of butter with our steak. Okay, that's not going to fill you up.
On it.
Okay.
You may have an issue with under eating fuel or overeating fuel, right? Either one. So you can slowly increase, slowly decrease. I want you to know that whatever macros that you set for yourself, it is not a blood oath. If you change those, that was not like, that was forever. When I said like I do, I didn't mean to like what my current intake of food is. It was just a joke. And, I'm on that, like I do, and that's forever. But like you're not. Then well, you'll still be my husband, but you have the outdoor.
It's body composition. This is something that we both struggle with. It's something we still struggle with. Okay, I look in the mirror today and still see the 300-pound person. I looked at a picture that somebody posted yesterday on Facebook, and I looked at Rachel this morning and went, boy, am I fat.
Yeah.
That's how I see myself. So what did I do? I went and got a DEXA scan today. Let's see what the DEXA scan was like. How do they compare to last year? But I know this, the scale doesn't always reflect the change. Rachel, the first time we did beef, butter, bacon, and egg, lost 0 pounds, but dropped 2 sizes.
Yeah, so you're gonna maybe have body recomposition and not lose a single pound on the scale, and I'm just mad as like a hornet's nest that you just kicked. If I have body recomposition, great. But like I don't see it on the scale, but you may have to just get your eyes off the scale.
So on the scale, side note, not in our notes, everyone's a
You
keto
better
climb.
stick to the time.
We're good. Everybody's a keto climb right now. You've all been walking around on a hard concrete floor and hopefully enjoying
Yes.
lots of barbecue. I want everybody to promise yourself to not get on the scale for a minimum of 7 days when you get home. I promise you, if you did not eat a thing, you will be up in weight
Yes, you
when you
will.
get home.
It's a
Okay,
lot.
you're gonna have inflammation. Do not get on the scale because you're gonna go home, get on the scale, see an increase in the scale, and then punish yourself with a 72-hour fast.
They're not gonna punch themselves because they're not gonna be ugly to my friends.
Okay, let's talk about a mindset adjustment right here.
All right, so this is a good opportunity for mindset adjustment. This is an opportunity to learn more about you. Instead of saying, I'm in a plateau, say to yourself, this is an opportunity for me to learn more about me, and guess what? I'm going to be with me for the rest of our lives. It's me and me. Me and me. So if I invest some extra time and go around a couple of mountains a couple times, it's okay. I'm worth the investment. We're going to be together for a long time. You can't outsource collection of your personal data. I cannot be like, could you do me a favor and see if you get for me when you eat cheese, and then like give me that feedback? Because I have to authentically go through this data collection on me personally.
Yeah, we are coaches. We are health coaches. I'm a certified master health coach. The first thing we do is go, we're going to start some data collection. My goal as a coach is to teach you how to coach yourself so that in 60 or 90 days, you never need me again. And I don't want you to be my client in 6 months. I want you to be my client for 2 months, and then we're moving on. And the first thing we're going to do is let's figure things out 1 week at a time, and you're going to take notes on yourself, and we're going to use pictures and things like that. And I don't know, somebody recently, and somebody asked me earlier today, hey, what do you think about the fact that this DEXA scan says this is what my basal metabolic rate is? I'm like, well, based on your muscle and your skeletal, how much fat you have, it's sort of accurate, but what it doesn't know is how screwed up is your metabolism because you've been under eating for the last 20 years.
Right.
Okay, we can only do that with personal data collection.
I want to show you a picture of a plateau here. This is a plateau. And you get to decide whether you're going to enjoy the view while you wait. And I'm going to tell you, I missed out on a lot of beauty in times of plateaus because I was like, I am not going to open my eyes and see what good is happening in my life until I am standing on the summit. That is foolishness on my part. There is beauty to behold. So you get to choose. I'm going to enjoy this view right here, right where I'm at, while I wait for things to change.
So what do we mean by pit stops?
Yes.
So, anybody in NASCAR? A few people?
All right.
So, a pit stop is a place where change is going to be made.
Yeah.
Right? So, if you watch NASCAR, there's a little tiny area amongst the big track. One of these days, I want to take Rachel and take the RV and camp the infield of one of the tracks, especially Talladega.
I want to see Ricky Bobby.
But it's a small place that we make quick changes, right? One thing about pit stops is they should be proactive and not reactive.
I mean, you see a whole team, right? You see somebody in like a lifeguard looking tower in Talladega Nights. It's Michael Clark Duncan, who I want on my, I would have wanted on my pit stop team. And he's even got like headphones on, and they're watching the laps, and it is a scheduled pit stop, right? So they need to be proactive and not reactive.
For example, we already mentioned it, proactive pit stop, don't count net carbs.
Yeah.
Right? That's a proactive. We don't want to react. Let's take the step right now. We're going to put a prevention. We drive an RV. On my RV, I have a TPMS system. That TPMS system tells me what's going on with my tires so that I can monitor it before we have a blowout. We were recently driving to Tampa. All of a sudden, that little thing started going ding, 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 ding. Mine was losing pressure. We pulled over. Turned out the valve stem was bad. We fixed it. We got back on the road. Had I gotten on the road driving 70 miles an hour, we would have had a blowout, which would have ripped apart the side of my trailer. So we're going to be preventative here.
Right.
So when you make a change to your keto, does it look like proper maintenance or a response to a blowout?